Research-based smarter sentencing still has a number of other lessons to teach us about promoting behavioral change, not only in corrections, but in pretrial services as well. First, we need to reward good conduct more often than punishing poor conduct. Many of our own experiences tell us that when we are trying to change behavior, incentives are important, not just punishments. The research corroborates our experiences. People learn new behaviors faster and maintain those behaviors longer when approached with carrots rather than sticks. In fact, the research explains that we should optimally provide 4 reinforcements for every 1 negative reinforcement. Sanctions are important, but we also need to celebrate when defendants and offenders are meeting their benchmarks. We can provide them an incentive to make progress. Second, in those cases when we do need to respond to misconduct, the response should be swift, certain, and proportional. Again, providing carrots does not mean that we abandon the sticks. Many of the men and women we work with in the criminal justice system have poor self-regulation skills. They need reasonable and consistent structure and boundaries. Part of that structure is providing the positive reinforcement I just mentioned, but another critical part is administering swift, certain, and proportionate responses to negative and unacceptable behavior. Unfortunately, many of our systems are built to create delay between the offense and the response. Think, for instance, of how long it takes to get through a probation violation hearing in many jurisdictions. However, some successful programs have found ways to provide a series of sanctions that are available immediately to probation officers as one way to enhance their practice. Third, when we provide services and supervision, we want to make sure that we are using the right doses. Behavioral change takes time. Offenders in treatment need that dedicated time to learn and practice pro-social behaviors and to get other necessary treatment services. If we spend too little time, those individuals can more easily regress when they return to their communities. If we spend too much time, we waste precious resources on individuals who no longer need it, and we create other barriers to successful reintegration by continuing to demand time from them. Fortunately, the research provides us with some guidance. Generally speaking, we start with greater intensity and then taper off. Between 40 and 70% of offenders' time in the community should be consumed aggressively during the initial 3 to 9 months of their reentry. Estimates range from 100 to 300 total hours of treatment. Just as we learned from the fidelity principle, unless we use the right approach and right dosage, we cannot expect to get the intended result.